Now that it's April and our sunflowers are planted, we're using our first batch of slurry for fertilizer, as well as planting a new field and mixing up some TMR. Today, here on the farm. You can find a link to this playlist in the description below, or check the channel page for other farming series you might like. Welcome back to our cattle farm here in FS25. It is now April, and there's lots of things to do. Last episode, we got, last episode was the second episode of March. There was just a lot to do, and there's a lot to do in springtime. And we were planting the sunflowers. The sunflowers are planted, and so here we are in April. Sunflowers are planted. We're going to want to fertilize that field. We also have a new field that I'd like to plant. I decided it's springtime. It might be a good time to get another field if we're going to. So now we have 3 fields. The wheat field and the sunflower field, of course, are planted. We have a new one. And got our grass field here, but it's not ready to mow yet. And we need to do some work with the cattle. Anyway, first thing we're going to do is I got some straw waiting for us at the store. And a new trailer. There was a used tipper that popped up on sale, and I figured, hey, why not? We can always use another tipper. So we're going to pick up, I bought us two bales of straw. I figure that's probably fine. Right now, until our wheat harvest, we don't have our own production of straw, so I bought us 2 bales. Maybe, hopefully that'll last us. We want to use that, of course, to mix in with the TMR for the cattle. And then, you know, whatever leftover straw we might want for their pens. Oh, here's our, off to the left here, here's our sunflowers. These, let's see, is there a car coming? No, not yet. Sunflowers are growing okay. They need to be fertilized, I think. I'm just having a look at the things here. Yeah, we're going to want to run a fertilizer on this. And I think, I mean, the idea here, of course, was a fully green, self-sustaining cattle farm. And, of course, we're going to want more cattle, but I think we have, well, the point is we have slurry. I don't know if we have enough to fertilize that field fully, but eventually the goal was to have, you know, lots of cattle and be able to fertilize and everything, all our own fields. I'm not sure we're at that point now, but we do have... We've got slurry, we may as well, and that field needs fertilizing, so we may as well put out there what we have. And we'll see how that goes, because I don't know. I haven't used any of it yet. I've been saving it because right now we only have 30 cows. And that is the next thing I kind of want to have a look at, is really improving, you know, the number of how many cattle we have at the farm. Need to have a look at that, as well as some other productions. So here we are. Okay, so here's that tipper I picked up for us for a decently bargain price. It's an 18 cubic meter tipper. We got that for about $14,000 or $15,000. I figured it was worth it just to have, because right now, as it is right now, we only have 1 tipper, and you know, if there's anything in it, then it's, well, it's occupied. So this will give us a second one. Now, of course, I don't know if I showed you guys. I told you guys last episode we have a semi truck. We do. I picked this up, and so we have this sitting here ready to go. It looks pretty nice. So this is ours. He just waiting for an opportunity to pick up a trailer to go with it. I think this will be yeah, this will be useful, especially as our farm grows. So that's here. So you know, just while I was thinking about tippers, it's like, yeah, and if we see the opportunity for a semi trailer, we can pick one of those up. All right, so I just bought us 2 straw bales. I think it's all we need, plus we should be able to, we can transport those home on the bale spike here if we're careful. Can I see where we're going? Yeah, good enough. Well, because we're going to have to get down this road here, you know, with the traffic. Now, this trailer might want repairs because it's used. Let's see. Does it say what kind of... Yeah, it's got some damage done to it, but it's fine. Let's get back to the farm, because we got lots of stuff to do. All right, yeah, I've got to make sure that this straw gets down there safely, and we're gonna have cars coming at us up the road. Now, so let's see. So we got one new field. It's a 2-hectare field. Yeah, it wasn't that expensive. Let's get this so we can see a little better, perhaps. Hopefully that doesn't get caught on a tree limb. So we got a new 2-hectare field. It was a good purchase because it's already ready to go. It's got fertilizer spread, and I think that's hitting tree limbs up there. All right, we're gonna have to carry it low like this, I guess. Yeah, I think it whacked a tree. Anyway, our new field has got fertilizer. It doesn't need lime. It doesn't need to be plowed. It was already in great state. We just need to figure out what we want to plant out there. I think soybeans. What the heck? Whoa! What happened? Oh, how did that happen? What? Okay, so I have no. Okay, I don't know what the heck. When did that happen? Right. I didn't even, look, I don't know. Anyway, we'll just be more careful. I'll have to get these back there. That's crazy. How did that fall off? I didn't even notice it falling off. I mean, granted, I was watching where I was driving. Yeah, but I didn't see it fall off. And even still, how did it fall off forward? And well, let's get this picked back up and get back on our way back to the farm. Hopefully, before any traffic comes, should be fine. That was weird. I mean, we had the bale down here. Yeah, I don't know. It's something I'll have to see in, like, editing. What the heck even happened there? Anyway, so, I was saying soybeans are good for profit. I thought about planting soybeans in the field. I don't know yet. Let's get this back to the farm, though. I'm not real sure where we want to park this trailer. I guess we'll park this over at the, silo farm over here, where the other trailer is. We've got a car, but it's no problem. There's plenty of room here to go around. I want to get to work on getting our cattle fed. Let's get this parked somewhere. Yeah, as long as we've got this straw here. We'll just pull this through the hedge line here. And we'll park this trailer. Park it up here for the moment. Oh yeah, so we got diesel production going. We started diesel production last episode. I'd like to see how that is doing. We'll check that real quick here. So it's currently got 2,000 liters of diesel. This is going to produce all the diesel fuel that we need. Last episode, yeah, so we had some extra sunflowers and canola. Clearly this is producing plenty, so I decided to sell the sunflowers that we had. We had over 20,000 liters of sunflowers. So after last episode, later in March, I took down a whole tipper full of sunflowers and sold that. That was a pretty decent profit. Alright, finally we're back here at the cattle farm. We've got our straw. Let's park this, here, let's park this over by the cattle. Alright, so I want to get them a batch of TMR. Can we get that done pretty fast? I think so. I don't see why not. Just put this in here and let's see. Oh, not right here because we need that mixer right there. And we'll put these here for the time being. Let's get our trailer hitched up here. And I want to check and see how much. We got a partial bale of hay here. How much is in this hay so we know ahead of time. About 5,000 liters. Okay, well, we'll use that in this batch. All right, so we're going to mix this up. So that's about 5,000 liters. Let's see here. Good place to park this is kind of like right... Been parking this like right here when we do the mix, but we're going to want another tractor. Because, oh wait. Yeah, we need a different tractor because I need something to run the mixer. Alright, I checked out some of these hay bales stacked back here. We actually have another partial bale back here that's also 5,000 liters. So we'll throw both of those in and just get like 10,000 liters of silage. and that'll work out. And I should have just backed the tractor down here. Yeah, so we'll use both of our partial hay bales here. Alright, we're going to leave that running. And yeah, we're going to grab this hay bale down here. Our trailer, our TMR mixer there, it holds 24,000 liters. So I don't like to go over 10,000 of one ingredient because I figure, yeah, 10,000 liters of hay, 10,000 of silage, and that leaves us, you know, a little bit of leeway for, you know, whatever else we put in it, and it doesn't get too full. But yeah, as it happens, we just so happen to have two 5,000 liter bales of hay. All right, so we'll put this in here. There we go. Get that mixed up. And we'll grab this other one from in here. We'll get that thrown in there. Hey, cows. I'm making food for you. Now, it is supposed to rain today, but we've got a couple of hours. I think. Sometimes it surprises me, so we'll see. But it's not supposed to rain till around lunchtime. Let's get this in here. There we go. Okay, and the straw, we do want some straw in there. I'll get that here in a moment. We're going to grab silage. So we want 10,000 liters of silage. I think we have a 5,000 liter bucket here on our new wheel loader. So that'll work out. Yeah, 5,000 liter bucket. So it'll just take 2 buckets of this in our trailer over here. Very carefully. This thing is so great to have, and it's going to come in much handier once we get more cattle. As we get more and more cattle, be really glad that we have such a big tool as this. All right, one more bucket from this. Now we still have another bunker silo back behind the cattle barn full of silage that needs to come into here, but I can take care of that later. We have no shortage of this at all. In fact, we might start selling hay bales because, yeah, we've got plenty of extra grass and hay. All right, get this loaded in here. All right, I figure we'll throw in, let's grab a couple of 1,000 liters of straw, and that should be good for that mix there. I always like to make sure our cattle have the best food that we can make for them. All right, so we just want to put like maybe 2,000 liters in here of the straw. So it's very carefully. There we go. That should be pretty good, I think. And I was going to park this here, but no, we got to get the trailer in there. Let's just pull this over here for now. I think we're done with this guy for now. I think that was a pretty quick batch, but I think we're all good. Let's see here. Yeah. We don't have any of the mineral feed. I just don't have any, but we don't need it. We got all the bars right there in the green, though. So, yeah, our mix is fine. Let's get this dispensed to the cows and then get on with other things we do. Is it tipping on the left? Yes, it is. That's what we want. Let's get this turned on. And get our cows fed. We're getting a little bit low. There you go, cows. All right, now after this is, we can go have a look at, let's look at spreading slurry on that field. We haven't done that yet, and I'd like to, use some of our own fertilizer in the form of slurry. Oh, I guess that, let me turn this off. That fill our feed. Yeah, the cattle are good. The cattle are good. Now we've got 38,000 liters of slurry. Yeah, I think that should definitely fertilize that field. I mean, that's a lot. I've used it, but I've never really used it like we are here, so I don't know it well enough to know like how far it's going to go is what I'm saying, but I think that's going to be good, surely. That'll get that entire field. Let's get this parked back in here, and have a look at our slurry spreader. I'm not sure if we still have this starter one or if it seems to me I got us a bigger one. If not, we may want to have a look at that. Getting a bigger one because we've got pretty big fields. Well, let's check this here and see what slurry spreader we have. Because I know we've got some options here. Yeah, this is not the starter one. I did get us a bigger one. That is good. That is good. Yeah, I did get us a bigger one. What kind of work width and capacity does it have? 14 meter work width. Yeah, I think that's about pretty decent. So there's definitely better machinery, but I think this will be adequate. I got this for us probably when we started the farm and just forgot about it. Haven't used it yet. All right, so we're going to get this filled up. See what kind of capacity does it have. Ooh, that's a heavy boy. See that thing sink down on the suspension there. Wait, is that me? Or did it just like totally sink down into the ground there? Looks like it made some serious rut action. Alright, anyway. Yeah, let's get this out to the field. Yeah, look at that. Like, what? It's heavy. Slurry's heavy. Is there a faster way out to the field? Yeah, there is actually. There's a direct route to the field, kind of, if we go this way. Alright, so this is how we're fertilizing our sunflower field. And we only have to get on the road for just like a little bit through this intersection here. But traffic does come through this intersection. Yeah, I'm glad that I got us this bigger slurry tanker. Well, this is fun because we're now in springtime. We're starting to see some of the benefits of our cattle farm. Starting to be able to use some of our things that we have here. Like now we have diesel production. Soon I would have lime production and other things, but for right now, we're about to fertilize our field with we're about to do our first run of slurry on the field. Now let's see what kind of runs we can expect to make up this field with this. Alright, so here's where it's saying we're going to be running. Let's have a look at how this will go. And can I tell where... Hang on. Stop this here. Can I see where it's... no, not really. Although, yeah, it's a good thing we have the guidance steering GPS. Let's get off this. I'm walking in poop right now. Yeah, it's a good thing we have the GPS because... Yeah, of course it's working. I just want to make sure because you can't tell from the driver's seat in the tractor. I can't tell where we've been, so... I'm sure if I were to like zoom like out, like way out here and have the camera just right, we can, but no worries, we don't need to. We've got this. All right, so this is going to go pretty fast. If it doesn't do the whole field, hey, then it doesn't do the whole field. We'll have an idea, right? We'll have an idea of how much and what. Maybe we want some more different equipment. Might find there's certainly bigger slurry trailers. When I was preparing for this cattle farm here, I got us some decent equipment lined up. What I mean by that is, of course, is mods. Like this is a modded trailer, I believe this is. There's some, I looked for some, because I knew we were going to be doing a cattle farm. I got some good, solid looking mods oriented toward that. So there should be more slurry options is what I'm saying. All right, so here in a few months, we're going to have, yeah, nice old sunflower field. I'd like to do all of our fertilizing like this. I mean, again, you know, that was the idea. It was a totally self-sustaining cattle farm, but in my mind before I started this, that was definitely more than just the 30 cattle that we have. I want to have, you know, lots more cattle, so I want to have a look at expanding that. Yeah, I'd say we're gonna run out of this pretty quick. I mean, this trailer, I don't think, you know, this tank here, I don't think is going to make one full lap of the field. But again, yeah, you know, the idea was to have more cattle. So we'll fill in whatever this doesn't cover. We'll fill in with dry fertilizer, you know, until we can do this with all our own product. Oh, and after the planting, last month we were doing the planting, And I was discussing, last episode, I was discussing what I was going to do for a roller, because I did want to roll the field to improve yield, also to get rid of some of the rocks on the field. Well, I ended up, I leased one, which was really the best idea. I leased a big roller, kind of expensive, but I did get that done. So the field should have pretty good yield. All right, well, that is all that was in, let's see, where do we leave off? On this back run right here? Okay. Can I, get back onto the road here? All right, well, let's get back to the cattle farm, and we're going to get this guy filled up again. One other thing I noticed, I didn't notice this at first, but this grass field right here, we own this grass field. Well, I wouldn't call it a grass field per se. I mean, it is a big field with grass, but it doesn't register as a field. I assume we could possibly mow it, although it is all fenced in, but yeah, just FYI, just kind of realized that we do own that. It looks like there's some horse equipment out there in the yonder bits of the field. Maybe that's supposed to be like a horse pasture or something. I don't know. I didn't plan on owning horses. Cows and maybe pigs, yeah. All right, where was that shortcut to our slurry? Oh, right here, right? Follow the poopy tire tracks. Or the muddy tire tracks, it's just mud. So yeah, I didn't see any evidence that this is like super heavy or anything. This must be like really just muddy right here where we were filling this up. And it all sank down here. It must just be kind of like muddy here in front of the slurry tank. Yeah, so we're not going to make it we're not going to make it as far as I thought at all with the slurry, but that's okay. There's another trailer. This is the last fill we'll get of this, but hey, we made some headway. We'll round up some dry fertilizer for the remainder of the field. And that should go pretty quick because we can spread that much wider, much faster. All right, well, back out here in the field, we'll get what we can with this. And then we'll have to find some dry fertilizer. We might probably have some here at the farm. I'd wager, if I scrounge around, I bet we can scrape up enough dry fertilizer to get this field done. Of course, our wheat field was, yeah, it's fine. It was fertilized. You know, we planted that in the winter and it's already fine. Our new field that we haven't planted yet, it's actually already fertilized too. So whatever fertilizer we have here at the farm, we can scrape together and just use it here. In a way, you could say that this is kind of our grass field. This is what's left of our grass field that we're putting out on our sunflower field. I mean, you know, grass field after it's been run through a cow, right? I mean, it's kind of gross, but I guess that's farm life. So there's that. Because we fed our cows with our grass field. That grass field is really, it's really good. It'll take care of a lot more cattle than we have. But yeah, so basically you're just looking at, and that was the whole idea here, was the whole circle of life thing, right? Just right on the other side of that stone wall over there is a grass field. Taking that grass field, feeding it to the cows, and then out the other end, we are now putting the remainings of the grass field on this field here to make it grow, which is just cool. When you look at the field right on the other side of the fence is fueling this field effectively. And that's what I wanted to do with this whole cattle farm. This, I believe, here is the road that we couldn't finish. I am incorrect. It was this road down here. Oh, but we're basically out of slurry. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I left off at a good spot. We've got, yeah, it is what it is. So that's all we can get with the slurry. So 32,000 liters of slurry covered. It's more, that is more of the field than it looks. That's a deceptively more, larger amount of the field than it looks. It's probably 30% of the field or close to it. The outer edge is, actually, because yeah, it's probably 25-30% of the field, but yeah, we're just going to need a lot more slurry. It's no problem. We've got more, yeah, but it wouldn't do it, So we're going to take this back to the cattle farm, and we're going to scrape together some fertilizer. All right, back here at the cattle farm, or sorry, the silo farm, we need to find us some fertilizer. I believe this here, we've got this right here might actually have enough. Yeah, and it's already right. It's right behind a tractor, ready to be hooked up. This here, we've got 2 of these. This one here is for lime. Right. Yes, that one's there. That one there is for lime. Eventually, we'll have a better setup, but that's how it is for now. There's probably some fertilizer in this big cedar too. Actually, no, it doesn't have any in it. But we probably got enough in that one fertilizer spreader. Well, let's park this guy out of the way over here. Actually, we can try out our new, we'll get our diesel production there. Well, we'll just park this tractor here and get it fueling up while we drive the other one. And I got our handy dandy little diesel production here. And start. All right, while that's fueling up, and yeah, that's going to take a minute. While that's fueling up, yeah, it's pretty low. It's like half full. We'll just leave that running, and this might be enough fertilizer. All right, now I don't want to overlap greatly with where we've been. Let's see. Can we see? Yeah, we can ballpark this. We're gonna have to do it this way because I want to make maximum use of the space. I'm just seeing where it wants the line, where the lines are. It wants us to run that line, but the way I see it, normally I wouldn't mind overlapping, but the thing is, that was all of our slurry that I put on this field, and it seems to me it'd be a waste if I just overlapped where it was with this fertilizer, so I won't be following their lines unless, well, not here I won't be. I don't want to waste. I feel like if I just cover up where we put the slurry, then that all went to waste, and yeah. And I can reduce the width on this. Yes, I can. Okay, great. So what we'll do is, we're to run this line here. We'll run it from here down, and then I'll take the width down to run that. That way we're not wasting any fertilizer, and we're getting our field covered. There we go. Yeah. And this is going to be a big crop of sunflowers. Depends how the weather is. We got more rain coming in. I want to see how the moisture in the soil is. Here, when we get done with this row, I do want to see that. So right now, the moisture in the ground is pretty much ideal, which means really should mean a really good yield. But it's England. We got more rain coming in. You can certainly expect more rain throughout the year before we harvest. So yeah, I guess it is too early to tell. Yeah, it's too early to tell because we just planted these sunflowers last month. I'm just thinking what the yield may be like. Well, too early to tell. Yeah, I think we're going to have enough dry fertilizer to finish this up. That's great. It's possible we could make it without ever buying more fertilizer if by the next time we need fertilizer, you know, either we have more cattle or, yeah, we'll probably have to buy more because now I have used manure a good bit. And my experience with manure is that it goes about as far as dry fertilizer, but our cattle pen does not produce manure. I have checked and tried and it doesn't. So have I not spread, here, let's see, let's check. Yeah, sometimes it looks different. This is where we put slurry, and it looks different where you put the slurry on the field. So where we need to get is up here. We need to get spread up here. But I think we're definitely going to have enough here. And I can probably take our work width down a bit here so we're not wasting so much. There we go. And we'll just use this same work width on this bit down here that we missed. And that'll be, yeah, there we go. We'll just put this right here, perfectly like that. And this will have our field pretty well done. And we could move on to, well, we got our new field to plant. You know, we got a lot done in today's episode. Luckily, there was a lot to do, but we got a lot done. I'm not sure yet what we want to plant on that field, but we can go check that out. All right, that field is all pretty good. So let's go get this put back away. There is one spot up here that I can kind of just splash it with some fertilizer on the way back. If we happen to spot it, there should be kind of a missed spot. Yeah, right there. Now, before I put this away, I do want to unload this because there's not much fertilizer there. Yeah, there's not much, but we're going to want to do some planting. And I know our planter is pretty low on fertilizer. Whoops, that's, I was hoping that would land. Okay, well, yeah, our planter is probably a little low on the fertilizer. I'm not sure it has enough to plant. You know, we've scraped to the bottom of the barrel and used all the fertilizer we had to fertilize that field, and our next field doesn't need it. This is true. That's true, it doesn't. Well, but the planter is going to dispense it anyway. Well, you know what? Actually, yeah, that's true. If we run this, if we just run this dry on fertilizer, I mean, it doesn't need to put down the fertilizer. So let's see, what do we want to plant? Soybeans. I was thinking soybeans. Soybeans are a good profitable crop. I don't think we need anything else like self-sustaining wise, so we're free to plant whatever we want. It's only a 2-hectare field. It's not that big. We just I want to bring this over here and get seeds in it. I don't see why we can't just run it dry in the fertilizer. Yeah, I emptied out the spreader because I was going to fill this, but then I realized, you know, we don't need any on that field. I don't see why. I mean, the machine should still run without the fertilizer. We'll find out. The machine should still run. So we're just going to take this down here. Oh, I guess I could have shortcut to that fence there. Yeah, because where we're going is our seed production right there. All right, now we want to back this up very kind of carefully. I've filled this here a couple times now. We need to get specifically the seed boxes specifically under this pipe, because this production machine also produces fertilizer, so we want to, which we don't have that production running, but I'm saying if to fill the seeds, we have to have it lined up. Seeds. All right, there we go. Producing our own seeds, that's very cool. I like that. Just a simple little production, but it's cool not having to buy this stuff. Although I had to buy the wheat to make the seeds, but that's just this first time. We'll be producing our own wheat. Yeah, I had a feeling this might be an issue fitting through here. No, the only issue is I should have got a better run at it. Now I got to try to back this through here, and yeah, maybe this is not the shortcut that it looks like it is. I didn't mean to jackknife it. Okay, let's try this. Maybe it is quicker to go around with this particular machine. Well, here on Oak Bridge Farm, there's always the challenge of, yeah, maneuvering things through gates and such. In the future, we will likely be moving on to we will. Sometime in the future, be moving to a new area. It's always fun to farm in different places. And the next place we farm, I'm going to make sure is big and open. This can be a fun challenge, but it can also get a little bit tedious at times, such as times like that when we have to back up and take things extra wide. If you've ever tried getting a semi-trailer through this particular gate, then you'll know what I mean. There we go. I looked at buying this field here. I was going to buy this field because it's closer to our barn. It's about the same size, but this one has a fence all the way around it, and there's virtually no way into it. And we've got enough tricky maneuvering. I was like, no thank you. We bought this field here. No fence, just a hedge. All right, so we are going to plant soybeans here. Let's get this lined up, and it shouldn't be a problem once the fertilizer runs out. We'll find out though. But let's get going here. Look at that. Soybeans going down. The field is already fertilized. It's already plowed. It's already got lime. This was a great field purchase. It cost about 130,000, I think. Yeah, great field purchase. Not too big. It's not the biggest field in the world, but soybeans are pretty profitable. Yeah, this field feels downright small compared to our other fields. Got only 2 hectares. Plus, we've got some decent sized, equipment to work with here. This field feels downright small. All right, we're about to run out of fertilizer here. I've not done this in a while, so I don't remember if it will continue to function or not. I'm sure I've encountered this before in my years of farming. We're about to find out though. Nope, it will not function. That would explain why I wasn't sure. Let's make sure. Oh, wait. No, wait. It will. Okay, so... Alright, so it will. The thing is... So it stopped here, but then I was able to plant here. I think the thing is... I just... After it ran out of fertilizer, I let it continue running. And it stopped, but if you restart it, then apparently it will plant. So yeah, it looks like I could have... And maybe I should have just unloaded it from the start since we didn't need it. That said, it wasn't much fertilizer anyway, but now we know... Yeah, and I will verify this. Let's go here. So you can see the field is already fertilized. Let's go to growth. And yeah, you can see we got 2 runs here of the soybeans. So yeah, it is indeed planting it. And of course you can tell from the ground texture, you can see where it's planting it. That's good to know. I was going to say, fertilizer shouldn't be required. I think the reason I was thinking that was because I've probably done that before and just let it run and it stopped on its own. I didn't try to restart it without fertilizer. It's probably the thing. But you can see having restarted it with fertilizer, it will go. Well, guys, thanks so much for following along with me today here on this April on the farm. We got a lot more done than I thought we'd get done today. I started this episode knowing that, okay, we got some weird lines here because of the shape of this field. There was so much to do. And I'm surprised at how much we got done. We got done a lot. We got the cattle fed and we got the field fertilized. We're getting this field planted. We got new equipment and things like that. This field will come in handy as, for right now we're planting soybeans on it, but, this could be, anything down the line. And so I look forward to seeing, well, I haven't even looked at contracts yet this month. It's still the beginning of the month. The contracts are still popping up. So we'll see if there's any good profitable stuff. There could be, I'll see. That's because that's generally a money-making thing. As, as we grow our farm here, picking up contracts has been something to do because our farm's not fully grown yet. Once our farm's fully grown, we can rely more on our own. But yeah, until then, see what else there is. Guys, thanks for following along. And don't forget to click subscribe if you're not subscribed, and comment down below. Tell me what you think, or any input. It really helps, comments and subscribing to the channel, of course, really, really helps promote the videos in the algorithm. Helps me out, helps everyone out. Guys, thanks a lot. I'll catch you all next time.